afternoon, Jones and Keefe, WEEI. Every Thursday at high noon, we go on the clock. We'll give you what to expect for Pats and Jets coming up in just a moment. Text line is asking Keefe, Yo, are we getting Keefe's keys today or what?
What do you think this is? Amateur hour? Obviously, we're getting Keefe's keys. There's a game tonight. It's game night. Finally, game night.
I mean, I feel like we've mentioned it quite frequently, but the audience changes very often
Always
in radio,
does.
Keefe.
Always
So we
check
should,
out the podcast if you happen to miss anything. But you'll notice a few promotions for the keys.
we should continue to say it. Keefe's keys are coming your way today at 1 o'clock. So stay tuned for
At
it.
high one.
I also noticed you just retweeted the Pats. These uniforms the helmets look real
You want to
nice.
know why I retweeted it?
Why did
Read
you
the tweet.
These are fire emoji.
Yeah.
Repost to win yourself a helmet.
Yeah, I want to win the helmet.
Well, I didn't read that far. Well, there you go. That's
You're
what
just begging for free stuff.
That's
Of course
why
I
you
retweeted. I didn't repost
I
it
thought
so
you were
people
just
could
like-
see it.
I
No,
thought you were
I'm
just like-
entered now to win. That's why I did it.
Hang on, wait.
Give me one of those helmets.
Hey,
Is that a conflict of interest?
I don't want to make your.
No, it's not.
Hang on.
I don't want to say, is it?
I don't want to make
Oh,
your
no.
odds. I don't want to make your odds go down, Keith. But
Don't do it. Don't repost it.
They just did. Your odds just went. I just reposted it. Your odds just went down.
If Jones wins the helmet, I will have a meltdown. I'll have an absolute meltdown.
Should we all do it? Terp wins it.
No, don't you do
Turp
it
would
now?
win it.
Yeah, no,
Don't you guys do it. Nobody else do it. It's bad luck if you do.
We've said too much.
If Jones wins, he has to wear the helmet for a whole show.
Done.
He has to sit.
It's like the stupid helmet in that 70s show.
Yes. Yes.
Honestly, it's exactly like that. Perfect parallel.
Yes, Nick, it is like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Honestly,
For
you nailed it.
everybody
Good
just
job.
wondering.
Come on.
617-779-7937. By the way, 1 year ago, you kind of forget it, Drake Maye made his debut against the Jets on Thursday Night Football.
Wild.
I say 1 year ago, meaning last season.
Yeah.
But I had kind of forgot. I mean, I guess if I really thought about it, I remember him making his debut. I just wasn't on my mind until Maye was asked about it this week, and he's like, oh, yeah. He's like, I came in there. I went for a drive. He's like, they almost picked me off. He drove him right down the field. Like, right away, you could see it.
It
with
was
him.
funny because that was week 3 last year. And so it was like, Drake May is not good enough to start, right? According to the Patriots from a year ago.
Yeah.
Like, he can't start. And we're going to really kind of ease him into the season. And as you know, Dan Orlovsky said, I wouldn't play him for 2 years.
Nope. He would still have him on the bench, missing out on an
Third game
MVP.
of the season, they're getting blown out on primetime. They're get him in there.
Get him in there.
Get him in there. Get
Time to go in.
Get some reps.
Kid's totally ready now. So we're right back here and what has changed in that time quite a bit. We'll give you more thoughts on this game. But first, Keith, we should go on the clock and tell the people what to expect from Pats and Jets tonight. You want first or second?
I'll go first.
All right, give
I'll go
Keith first up. 60 seconds on the clock if you want to call in with your predictions for tonight. We'll give you 30 seconds at 617-779-7937. Let's put Keith on the clock for tonight.
All right, I like the Patriots big in this game, and if you're worried about Thursday Night Football being a little wonky, don't worry about it. So far this season, 4 of the games that have been on the short rest for teams have been double-digit outcomes. There's been a 10-point win, a 17-point win, a 22-point win, and a 27-point win. So the Patriots wouldn't be the first team. In fact, they'll be the next team to blow out the Jets, a team that is starting Justin Fields, who threw 54 yards passing in a full game last week, and 42 came on one play. So they have a quarterback who can't throw. They got rid of their best players on defense, so the Jets are a mess. They've won a couple of games in a row, sure, but they're done for the season at 2-7. A win tonight for the Pats guarantees a winning record. First winning record since 2021. I expect that to happen. And Drake Maye can go even further in his MVP candidacy if he throws for 300 yards for the first time in his career, which will happen tonight.
Oh!
A couple of touchdowns in there as well. They're going to be 9-2 after this one. Top seed in the AFC. And winning 8 in a row.
I like that.
There you go.
By the way, if you want to bet Drake Maye plus 300 yards, he's never done it
It
in his
hasn't
career.
happened, and we have people that mention that after every game.
It's been brought up
Hasn't
substantially
happened.
on the text line. It is quite a juicy bet. I think it's plus 400 at last check. By the way, speaking of the text line, Keith.
Yeah. People are reposting the
Guys,
Patriots
I just
thing.
reposted
Son
it.
of a God.
Guys, I retweeted it. Thanks for alerting me to the giveaway, Keith.
Well, if you're doing that, if you want to send it to, if you win, you can send it to the station.
Guys, my repost was 250. Sounds like a lucky number to me. Sorry, Keith.
Oh, no.
That does sound lucky.
I shouldn't have said anything.
I should have timed it out with a better number. Crap. Okay, well, good stuff there in what Keith expects out of the Patriots here tonight. That was his on the clock. Nick, why don't you put me on the clock? All right, here's what to expect for Pats and Jets in just 60 seconds. Simply put, a beatdown. It starts with the uniforms tonight. Patriots are going to look good and play good. The Jets stink. Yeah, they've won 2 in a row. Justin Fields has thrown for 54 or fewer yards 4 different times this year, including last week. They've also traded away Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams. Oh, and Garrett Wilson hurt. So Justin Fields already can't throw, and he has no weapons to throw to. I don't like his odds there. Meanwhile, Drake Maye going to get back on track. He's had a rocky couple of games by his standards, turning it over against the Falcons and Tampa Bay. I think he has no turnovers in the game tonight. I think Travion Henderson has another big game. He's been involved, 75-plus total yards the last 3 weeks. I think he pops another big run here tonight, which would set the Patriots up for a season high in points. The previous high, 42. I think they're going to go past that. They'll win 8 in a row. They'll be 9-2 and on track to the 1 seed in the AFC.
Hell yeah, brother.
So that's where I think we're at.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I did a good job looking up those stats, I feel like, about the blowouts on Thursday, because you're wondering, like,
those were real good numbers.
Because the last game was, all right, you have a really good team versus not a really good team, and it was a gross game. Like, that was a horrible, boring game, and I was watching it just because of fantasy football, like that Broncos game last Thursday. And, like, a win is a win is a win, but you're like, all right, are they going to be able to continue that? And if we're going to call them out for these gross wins, this is not a game that the Patriots should really be messing around with. Like, so much would have to go wrong, and then somehow so much would have to go right. And I understand upsets happen, the whole any given Sunday or Thursday thing, but I really don't see how it happens with this Jets team.
I would stand with our guy Savage out there, who's like yelling at anybody calling it a trap game. It's not a trap game.
No,
because I don't. The Jets
are
Thursday.
I mean, that's the one thing, I guess.
Look, it's a quick turnaround, and I guess that's an awkward spot for the Patriots, but it's 10 times worse for the Jets. They stink. They're on the road. They also have a quick turnaround. They have to travel. Like this should be an advantage for the Patriots. You have a veteran head coach. Aaron Glenn's never done it as the head coach before. Like
they have to start a quarterback they don't even want to play.
Right.
They don't want to use them.
No one wants to play on a short week. But I think it's tremendously advantageous given who you're going against, first-year head coach, all these other things. This weekend, or rather this game tonight.
Yeah.
So I actually think it works out as an advantage. Never mind, you get a mini bye after the fact going into Cincinnati the following week. You're not going to get Burrow in that one. That's looking up for you. Yeah. You get the Giants the week after that. We know it's no Neighbors and no Scattaboo. Maybe it'll be no Dart the way he's going. And then you have the bye week. So I think it's all looking up for the Patriots. It is not a trap game. I can't fathom a way they lose this game tonight. I can't. They should be able to run on the Jets without Quinnen Williams. They should be able to throw on the Jets without Sauce Gardner. The Jets, as we both illustrated, cannot throw Justin Fields. The only good games he's had this year, he had a good one against Dallas, and he had a good one, I think, week 1 against Pittsburgh where he really lit it up.
Yeah.
Short of that,
and
I'm not
Bengals.
sure. Oh, sorry, and the Bengals. Thank you. So the 2 worst defenses in the league, and then the opener against Pittsburgh, he was very good. I'll give him that one.
Miami, the Bengals, and the Cowboys. Well,
Like,
it's 3 2.
No, I mean, really, the Jets' only player.
They cannot throw.
No.
And the Patriots do not let anybody run on them. That's
Right,
what the
that's
Jets
what I'm
want to
saying.
do. So the
That's
Pats can throw and run. The Jets can't throw or run. I don't see how the Jets possibly win the game. You tried to come up with this earlier, Keefe. You're like, maybe they get
Special team
2
scores.
Maybe they get 2 defensive special team scores like they did last week. That's how they won last week. Even still, I don't think that'd be enough to beat the Patriots. That's 14 points.
Well, if the Jets...
They need 2 freak scores like that, special teams and defense, and I hate to put it out there, they need like an injury to Drake Maye on top of it.
You would need something like that. But even I don't know, like Josh Dobbs can win this game.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say the Pats beat the Jets last year in a game where Drake Maye got hurt.
Right.
So like I really don't see how they do it. I genuinely don't see how they do it.
I don't. I mean, their best player left is Breece Hall, and the Patriots have not allowed a running back to have a good game against them this year. I mean, last week was the first time a running back got over 50 yards rushing, and it was like 53. So nobody's had a good running game against them. Garrett Wilson, who is a really good receiver, and really good receivers have had good games against the Patriots. Look at Drake London. Like, so receivers, that's been sort of the one thing that they need to sort of lock down, or maybe one thing to work on in the coming weeks. And I don't even know how many challenges they have. Obviously, Cincinnati will be one. But, like, the Bills don't even have good receivers. The Giants don't now that Neighbors is out. But Garrett Wilson's not playing. So it's like you don't even have that. Because going into the year, you're like, I don't think the Jets are going to be good. But they have maybe 4 elite players. I mean, if you want to include Breece Hall. Maybe not elite.
No, but Gardner, Williams, Wilson, and Breece Hall. Those are
those are gone.
Those are 4 really good players. Three of them are gone.
Which are your
2
3
are gone
best.
and 1's hurt.
Yeah, well, 3 won't play.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about them. And so, yeah, now you can really just kind of load up on Breece Hall and worry about him. That's it. So, yeah, this should be one where, even the spread, I think, I'll take that. I'll take Patriots minus 12.5.
So, text line says, hey, is Jones crazy? They're not going to score 42 tonight. Well, it was a bold flavor.
Why not?
But look, I think if they don't, they're going to have called off the dogs and taken the air out of it, and maybe Maye's sitting. I think they're going to have every opportunity to hang 42 tonight. Well, they did it to Carolina earlier this year.
They scored 42 against Carolina. They scored 31 against Tennessee and 32 against the Browns. And the Browns have a really good defense. And there was 32 points put up on the board.
We saw Dylan Gabriel and the Browns offense a few weeks ago. The Jets let them score 20 last week. The Jets have given up 38 to Joe Flacco in Cincinnati. Now, their defense was pretty locked in before that, honestly. 37 against Dallas. But their defense hadn't been terrible in some of those other games. 29 and 30 against Tampa and Buffalo.
Yeah. No, but in this winning streak, the Patriots offense has scored 23 or more in every game.
Yeah. I think they're in the 30s easy. So if they're in the 30s, they can't score 42. Anyway, what I think tonight is about, it's not about is it a trap game? Can the Jets pull it off? I really can't fathom a way they do. If they do, I'll come in tomorrow and say how wrong I was, and I'll have some real questions. I'll have questions in the scenario that you brought up, Keefe. It's like the Denver Broncos last Thursday night against the Raiders.
Yeah.
Divisional game, trash team. If the Pats win a low-scoring, ugly game like Denver won, I'll have all the same questions about the Patriots I had about Denver. I don't think that's going to happen. If it does, be warned. That's what we'll do tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think tonight's about style points and about Drake Maye staking his claim to the MVP. And this is an opportunity, and maybe you don't want to fall into these traps. They've done a good job doing what they do and staying focused, and I do think the team's pretty locked in. But this is an opportunity for Drake Maye to have his first 300-yard game, which you're predicting, Keith.
Mm-hmm.
It's an opportunity for him to have a 4 or 5 touchdown game where the whole country's watching, at least those of us who have Amazon Prime. The whole country's watching, and they see, oh, this is what I've been hearing about Drake Maye. Yeah, the Jets stink, but he just has one of those dominant performances where
100%.
It's a signature MVP type of game. That's what I am looking for tonight and what I would like to see tonight. I don't think the Jets are going to give him a game. No, I think Maye could do that.
Yeah, and I think I know he's had an interception in 3 straight games. So, all right, break that streak. Start a new one where he isn't turning it over. And some of those throws in the game last week, and if you want to be it was kind of raining, all right, whatever. But some of those throws last week were kind of early season Drake Maye throws where he was kind of airmailing Mac Hollins or airmailing some other guys. And so his completion percentage was way down, way off what his season average is. So just his overall efficiency tonight, I would expect to be a lot better. And I'm also interested in Travion Henderson, who's going to be really the lone guy in the backfield for another week. How much usage and how good, how efficient is he? Because it's sort of a slow start for him. But then he was one of the highlights of the game last week. So is he able to kind of keep that momentum up? So, even though, I expect them to win by quite a few, couple of things just compared to what they did last week. I know that opponent was a lot better, but or do those guys just clean up some of the issues that they had?
Yeah, look, I would hope Drake Maye doesn't finish the game, and I don't mean for injury. I hope somebody else is out there in victory formation. And I hope
maybe you do one of those where you don't even play the fourth quarter. That'd be great.
I think it could be that kind of game. I think it should be that kind of game. The Jets aren't going to be ready tonight.
No.
It's a first-year head coach with a quick turnaround on the road and a season going nowhere with a quarterback who can't throw.
The coach is already picking fights with the media.
And a defense with no players.
A defense, by the way, Keith, you're talking about takeaways. They have 1 takeaway on the season. They have recovered 1 fumble.
So no picks.
Wait a minute.
No picks.
They have 0 interceptions?
They have 0 interceptions, have recovered 1 fumble.
My Drake Maye,
I have to change the
turnover
keys.
differential.
I got to change the keys here.
My Drake Maye won't throw an interception is less hot of a take. I didn't realize that.
Oh my God, no picks? They've played 9 games.
Yep, and they've given the ball away 11 times.
That kind of makes me think he is going to throw one now.
No way.
Just one.
No, that streak will continue.
Okay, all right.
How do you not have a interception all season long?
When you're the Jets, that's how.
I guess so.
Sticking with Travion Henderson, though, for a moment, because I also think it's an interesting game for him tonight.
What a stat. Nice job, Nick. That's late entry for Stat of the Week. Stat of the Week.
Yeah. In your face, Rich Eisen.
Oh, wow.
Henderson the last...
No, Dan Patrick.
I'm sorry, it was Dan Patrick. Sorry. You too, Rich Eisen.
You're mixing up your shows.
Henderson's been pretty good the last 3 weeks. It was not just the Tampa Bay game. And the Cleveland game, you saw it in the running game. It was a lot of outside runs. They were running Stevenson into the middle of the line. He was doing nothing. And they had Travion Henderson out on the edge of that defense, 10 for 75 in that game. He looked, for the first time all year, in a regular season game, not preseason, he looked explosive. The Atlanta game's probably better than you remember. He had 87 total yards in that game because he had 4 grabs for 32. So he was involved in that one, 14 carries. And then the huge game last week against Tampa. I'd like to see him keep it rolling. This might be his last game without Ramondre Stevenson. And I hope he kind of stakes his claim to the backfield, and it's his when Stevenson comes back. My fear is they're still going to give Ramondre Stevenson 10, 12, 14 touches a week, and it's going to be a 50-50 share. I think that would be a mistake, and I think the better Henderson continues to play, if he can follow up on last week, and it's not just a one-off and a couple of long broken runs, but another strong performance, I think he can stake his claim to the backfield and be the guy and prove to the coaching staff he should be the guy, because I think he adds a whole nother element to this offense that has been lacking for years and is lacking with Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, there's definitely way more of an upside there with Henderson. And one of the reasons why they drafted Henderson and Williams was for that big play, score from anywhere on the field type of talent and speed. And so I agree. I don't think Henderson, just because of his build, like he's never going to be every down back. Like he's not going to get the ball. He's not going to have 25 touches in a game. And if he does that in a couple of weeks, he probably won't last very long.
But he should be the lead guy. He should be.
I agree.
It'll be a committee, but he should get the lion's share of the committee.
Well, right, because if you end up having 25 total carries and he's more like 15 and Stevenson's 10, and that's not even accounting for Drake Maye running the ball. Yeah, I'm in favor of that. Then throwing the ball a couple of times. You know, I don't know, like, this might be too high end because of the season that he's having, but, like, you see what Achane does with the Dolphins. Like, every time he touches the ball, you're like, he might go.
Yeah,
he might score.
Achane, Cook, Gibbs, I mean, those are all high-end comps for Henderson, but that's the kind of frame he has, and that's a guy who could do it. By the way, Ramondre Stevenson's career long is...
For a run?
64, for anything.
Oh.
Run or catch, 64.
He had a long catch this year.
His long this year was 55, yep.
Okay.
Long in his career is 64 yards. So Henderson already has broken off a bigger, more explosive play than Ramondre Stevenson has done in 789 carries plus another 1,000 career touches.
Yeah, not surprising.
Pushing that.
Yeah.
So that's the element he adds to the offense.